Charger Bulletin News. Family Day highlights, campus car safety, and a second chance at prom. Right here on Charger Bulletin News. Hello and welcome back to the Charger Bulletin News. My name is Jada Maribel.
And my name is Sidara Funches. Let's dive into this week's stories.
Students all around campus have continued expressing their concerns relating to available parking. And with a recent series of robberies happening near campus, students are beginning to worry about the security of their vehicles on campus. University Police Chief Adam Brown sent out an email last Tuesday, September 20th, informing the campus residents of a series of thefts of catalytic converters from cars on campus. For those of you who don't know, a catalytic converter is an exhaust emission control device that converts toxic gases and pollutants into less toxic pollutants by catalyzing a redox reaction. Within this email, Brown included a photo of the suspect's vehicle, stating, "Please take time to review the photo. If the vehicle is seen on or near the campus, please notify the UNH Police Department at 203-932-7014. Thursday morning, Chief Adam Brown sent a follow-up email announcing that the Trumbull Police Department had seized the vehicle and arrested its occupants. He added, UNHPD will continue to investigate our case involving this vehicle. University Police ask students to be vigilant in looking for similar issues, and if you see any suspicious activity, report it to the University Police Department immediately.
Chief of Police Adam Brown sent out a follow-up email on a theft that occurred early September. The thief have been identified, and the University Police are working with local police departments as well as state law enforcement agencies on this investigation. The cooperation led to the identification of the suspect, and an arrest warrant is soon to follow. The incident remains an open investigation by University Police, who ask students to report any suspicious activity to the department by dialing 7070 on any university phone, calling them at 203-932-7014, or by using the LiveSafe app.
Next week, the Myatt Center for Diversity and Inclusion will be tabling around campus for voter registration week. As election season quickly approaches, it's important to be registered and to have a plan to vote. Join the Myatt Center's diversity wellness educators to learn about voting, voter registration, and to pick up informational pamphlets and voter registration applications. The diversity and wellness educators will be tabling from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday next week. Monday, they can be found in Bartels Hall. Wednesday, they'll be roaming around campus, and Friday, they will be stationed at the Bartels Student Activity Center patio in the Gerber-Bixler Quad. Now let's head over to Sadie with the latest in entertainment. What's new this week?
Thanks, guys. On September 16th, it was announced that the award-winning show Phantom of the Opera will be closing on Broadway on February 18th, 2023, after their 35-year run at the Majestic Theater. Phantom has been the longest-running show in history to play on Broadway, and this news comes to shocking to many. The musical Dear Evan Hansen also played its last performance at the Music Box Theater on September 18th. Other shows closing within the year on Broadway include Come From Away, closing on October 2nd, Into the Woods, closing on October 16th, The Music Man, closing on January 1st, 2023, and Beetlejuice the Musical, closing on January 8th, 2023. The number of musicals leaving Broadway has fans questioning the future of musicals in New York City. Dancing with the Stars premiered this weekend for the start of their 31st season. For the first time in the show's history, the season will stream on Disney Plus only. Stars featured on this season include social media star Charli D'Amelio and her mother, Heidi D'Amelio, pop singer Jordan Sparks, Let's Make a Deal host Wayne Brady, and Bachelorette contestant Gabby Windey, just to name a few. Tune in to this season to see who will take home the Mirabelle Trophy. Saturday Night Live's 48th season will begin on October 1st, and the first 3 weeks of guest stars have been announced. On October 1st, Miles Teller will be making his SNL debut while hosting the show. Musical guest for the night will be Kendrick Lamar. Week 2's show will be hosted by Brendan Gleeson, who will also be making his debut on October 8th with musical guest Willow. Lastly, Megan Thee Stallion will be making her SNL debut as both host and musical guest on October 18th. The show was also announced 4 new cast members joining the show: Marcelo Hernandez, Holly Kearney, Devin Walker, and Michael Longfellow. Look out for their new faces starting on October 1st. I'm Sadie, and that's all for entertainment. Now, let's go to Justin Cavello in our new Student Life section. What's going on this week around campus?
Thanks, Sadie. This Friday, September 23rd at 8 p.m., Pride and the Myatt Center for Diversity and Inclusion are hosting their annual Second Chance Prom in the German Club Ballroom. All members of the campus community are invited to attend this special event. Second Chance Prom is a chance for people who didn't get to be their true selves at their high school prom or any other big dance event to take the opportunity to go out and have a fun time, expressing themselves how they want, wearing what they want, and going with whomever they want. The event is complete with music, refreshments, and prom royalty. For any questions, feel free to contact Pride at their email, pride@unh.newhaven.edu, or message them on Instagram at UNewHavenPride. This past Saturday marked the university's annual Family Day, where students welcomed their loved ones to a day full of fun-filled activities and the availability to watch the Chargers on the field. Here is CBN's own Justin Arashoni with more.
This weekend was a fun one for our Chargers at Della-Camera Stadium, taking a 54-26 victory over American International College. It was a back-and-forth battle in the first half of the game, but the Chargers stepped on the gas and blew the game wide open in the second half. With this success, the team hopes for another big win on the road against Bentley Friday night. Kickoff is scheduled for 6 o'clock. Later that night, at Kathy Zolad Stadium, the men's soccer team also took on AIC in an unfortunate scoreless tie. Both teams kept pushing back and forth and producing many scoring opportunities. Their next game against Assumption University will take place at 7 o'clock next Tuesday at Ronald J. Adbo Field in Worcester, Massachusetts. The Chargers will attempt to win their first game of the season. Also taking place on Saturday was the university's Family Day, which included an inflatable fun fest in the Gerber-Bixler Quad. Families and students were able to come visit campus and their hardworking Chargers. Music was provided by campus radio station WNHU, which provided a soundtrack for the day's events. The evening ended with a showing of Disney's Encanto back in the Gerber-Bixler Quad. Stay classy, West Haven. This has been Justin Arshoni, Charger Bulletin News.
Now let's head to Charger Bulletin's own sports editor, Chris Elwell, here with the latest in sports.
While everyone was busy at Family Day, the women's volleyball team hit the road to face Assumption and swept the floor, winning all 3 sets. This was their last match ahead of conference play, and the Chargers maintained their perfect series record against Assumption, never losing a match to the Greyhounds. On Tuesday, the women's volleyball team returned to the court, staying on the road to play against St. Rose. For this conference opener, the Chargers were met with a close game, only leading in total kills by 2, but winning 3 of 4 sets for an overall 3-1 win to start off the conference. The women's volleyball team continues to travel to their next game against Southern New Hampshire on Saturday at 1 p.m. Also heading into conference play is the women's field hockey team. In their last game before the Northeast 10 Conference begins, the Chargers faced Assumption, ending the game with a 2-1 loss. The Chargers hope to earn their first win of the season at their conference opener on Saturday 12 p.m. against the St. Michael's Purple Knights in Conchester, Vermont. Deep in conference play is the women's soccer team, earning the first win of their conference on Wednesday at Pace. Senior striker Madison Blonde scored both Charger goals in the second half, erasing the goal deficit from the first half. Blonde's goals ended a scoreless streak for the team, which has been able to find the net since early September. The women's team will stay home for their next game Saturday at Kathy Zolad Stadium against St. Anselm. Kickoff is scheduled for 1 p.m. The women's tennis team is at the Intercollegiate Tennis Association regional competitions this weekend in New York City. The competition runs from Thursday to Monday. Wish our Chargers luck. That's all for sports this week. Back to you guys at the desk.
Next week, the Myatt Center will be hosting an event called Latine or Latinx, a conversation about inclusive language. In celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, the Myatt Center asks students to engage in this conversation to explore what it means to have inclusive language and how ideas of inclusivity can change depending on context. To join in on the conversation, attend the event from 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. on Tuesday, September 27th, next week at the Myatt Center, located on the first floor of Gerber Hall.
Join the Music Industry Club for their Coffee House Open Mic Night, happening on September 29th from 4 to 7 p.m. at Sheffield Gazebo. Members of the campus community will be gathering to showcase their talents and enjoy a night of fun and music. RSVP on Charger Connection if you're interested.
This Friday, September 23rd, the Office of Residential Life, joined by the Residence Hall Association, are celebrating Charger Pride in the Bixler Gerber Quad. Come out showing Charger spirit dressed in your best blue and gold for crafts, music, games, and Charlie's Dessert Bar. One lucky attendee will be awarded a Charger Pride basket funded by ORL.
That's all the time we have for this week.
You can check out our latest Charger Bulletin newspaper on chargerbulletin.com or in the newsstands around campus.
Stay up to date by following us on social media at Charger Bulletin.
Check out our link tree for access to our podcast, Behind the Bulletin.
Until next week, stay safe and thank you for watching.